Man, I got a dentist. He's the best. Man, he's the best dentist ever.
It's like a comic who headlines and does 45, but the last 10 minutes is just all the stuff he sells.
Yeah. New T-shirt.
All right, here we go. Shit, I said that and then I didn't mean it. Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast. Hello,
What is this?
everybody. Episode 783. Well, you got mad at. Here's the thing,
I
Rob.
just noticed.
Last time we recorded, you yelled at Trey. You're like, not a whole one, and then you made him go back around and move that, and you scared him.
I know
So
I
he's
drank it.
Started pouring you halves.
Yeah, but this is not half. This is a quarter.
Okay, well,
This is the blood of Christ,
Here,
man.
you know what?
You
We're
can have
gonna
mine.
we're joined by
So
Radu
you want
Bondar. We're
more?
gonna take his shot and
That's
just
better.
fill you up.
That's fine.
Trey Tutson, Rob Mungle, I'm Slade Ham. We are here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. That Trey, he fucking touched it with his low-grade infection. God damn it.
No, I didn't
he
even.
didn't.
Radu?
I
Yeah.
didn't
He
handle
gonna
it at all.
scratch a lymph node and then fucking come on. That's
Right,
difficult.
that's an injury a cat gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I have no idea how it happened. It's just a big swollen thing in here. And most doctors, they're
A
like,
goiter?
this. No, it's like it's so small. It's technically just big enough to be considered medically enlarged. One doctor was like,
Like your dick.
Stop. 1 minute in.
Like your dick.
wow, we already got the title for the episode.
Yeah.
Like it,
Early ring in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I had when I was a kid, I have a scar on one side of my neck or the other, and I'm not sure which one. I had one of those things removed when I was like a baby. Like I was like 3.
Ah.
I don't know why. No clue.
I got a bunch of shit. It's not malignant. You know, I've had a CT done. I've had a whatever when
Right.
they scratch it, biopsy or whatever.
Biopsy.
Right.
I got a bunch of shit that's bringing me down from an 8 to a 7, though. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah, my neck is no longer. Wait, you thought you were an 8? Anyway, the
I'm a comedy 8 at least.
yeah, oh yeah.
That's funny.
Fuck, I'm a comedy 8.
Cheers.
most comedians are so ugly. Like they just look like Holocaust deniers.
No shit. Like full blown.
Like sweaty, crusty.
They all look like they work on air conditioners.
Dude.
Really, Radu, you don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Say nothing to what? Cheers? Salute?
He didn't drink.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
didn't.
sure didn't. Oh,
Yeah.
God
Yeah, we
damn
got
it.
cameras to
Bummer.
prove it. Hello to
Bow.
everybody that's watching via the Patreon. I know.
I'm aspirating.
You don't really like. Is your immune system low because you from
Chernobyl?
a third world country?
It's Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
What's
My parents spent the whole day outside.
Yeah.
So I truly, and it's probably not true, but I do attribute most of my shit to Chernobyl.
Yeah. Okay.
Like when if I have an extra runny shit on an airplane, I'm like, damn Chernobyl.
Yeah. I feel
But
you.
no, for real, just because like, okay, so what we found out in the last like 4 years is that things like even smoking cigarettes 10 times can affect your DNA in minor ways, right?
Uh-huh.
So like being exposed to the kind of radiation that they were lucky that the ash cloud went mostly north and fucked over Belarus.
right?
Right, but like just
Those
the way
people.
those isotopes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love throwing out a white country that
Those,
nobody people are
those
like
Belarusians.
people are like I have no idea what's
what
going
that
on there.
is.
I
Do
can
they
fi-
have a king or is it a dark system?
They still dictating what's
Yeah.
happening.
Like, is that one of those fictional countries?
Yeah, right. They're from Game of Thrones.
But you know, because of the way that shit worked in communism, and there was like no transparency.
When was Chernobyl?
1986.
Was it
86,
86?
Yeah. So my parents were in college about 300 kilometers, or no,
Kilometers. Look
Okay,
at
so
this.
When did the
let's-
Cold War end?
Let's keep it
90.
US.
90.
90. How
Yeah.
much? All right.
It was like 300 or 400 miles. They were like southwest of it, and they spent the whole day outside because it was.
It's a beautiful day.
It was some Romanian holiday.
Yeah.
you
I
know.
feel tanner.
Yeah.
And my grandpa, who was like pretty high up in the party, he didn't find out for a couple days.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't tell people for, like a week or
A
two.
while to-
Well, and
Yeah.
even then, how were you distributing information? It wasn't like
This is what
you
they
just you got a Facebook post.
This is what they did before people were told. I mean, no, but people were listening, you know, at radio and TV. You
Yeah.
know, just had the one
Yeah,
channel.
yeah.
It was the guy.
Yeah.
You watched the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
tonight?
Wound your yeah.
You watch the guy?
Yeah.
That's funny.
The guy said it is very. He said, "Do not go
Everything
out.
is fine.
Do not go out
Everything,
today.
everything is fine.
These
And so they showed
conditions
up.
are poor."
They showed up and they were giving out iodine tablets, and they had the little Geiger, you know, whatever. And that
Yeah.
was 2 days before they
The
announced.
dolphin clicker.
Oh,
What?
God damn.
And
Yeah.
they were just like, regular test, nobody worry. By the way, free iodine. Did you know we have government surplus? So we buy you iodine.
Free iodine.
Oh, man. Why is the metric system so condescending?
Wait, what?
Because the entire world uses it And so you're like, what do they know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the world is condescending, and it's because we won't catch up.
No, it ain't. I don't think it's a caught up thing. I think it's
Everything
us.
is in a block of 10. It's the most intuitive
But all
system
this,
imaginable.
yeah, and it's
Perfect.
but
It's
the
literally
name-
perfect.
No, the names for it is what it just all sounds.
Centimeter, uniform.
Keep going. You notice I gave up. Once I realized it was like, wait, so
Here's all you need to know:
Liter,
centimeter,
2 liter.
millimeter. Yeah,
Yeah.
foot. No, I mean not foot.
What do you call the
I'll fuck that up.
non-metric system?
what you mean? The US shit?
That's what you call it, the U.S.
yeah.
Like, can you convert this to U.S. shit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Standard.
Standard.
No, I
It's
know.
called standard.
Standard or customary, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standard is what I heard. What I knew.
But I
do
bet
know
you're
the
not even
phrase
good at
customary.
that.
How many feet are in a mile?
How many feet are in a mile?
2 when I'm running it.
No. 5,380
There you go.
feet.
Yeah, 294, I think.
How many feet are in a mile?
Yeah, it's 5,000 something.
Five
5,000.
I believe it's
5,000.
286 would be my
Maybe-
guess,
yeah,
and I
something
could be
like that.
wrong. We'll have to Google
It's
it.
thousands. I don't
Yeah,
even know. It's
5,000.
Right,
thousands.
but it's the point is
I only
you
know
can't
that
even
from
make
Remember the Titans.
two things you use frequently, and you don't know.
Why the fuck do
what
I
the
have
conversion
to
is.
know how many
That's also a
fucking
valid
feet
question.
are in a mile? I don't have to know. I need to know the mile. That's all I need to know.
That's
Yeah.
a very valid
I don't
point.
fucking need to know.
And you don't know because
Let's
people
drive
say
100,000
how far is Dallas? It's 4 hours. You know, there's
5,280.
no distance.
5,280.
There's no distance there. It's just time. How long does it take to get to San Antonio? How long does it take to get to Memphis?
Okay, until
You
you
know,
need
it's not miles.
until you need specific things like surgery, and
Well,
then
yeah,
then
okay.
you need okay. Trey
Well,
just put his head
No,
down.
I hate that Americans do that. Americans tell you how long shit takes to get to some place, and you're like, we don't drive the same way.
Well,
Like,
but you're
tell me in kilometers or miles, and I know how long it takes me to do that shit.
But we just assume
Your
that we
ass
all
working-
drive the same way.
Yeah,
It's-
that's
you
what I'm saying.
probably
Yeah.
let people into your lane when they're trying to exit.
But
You
that's
probably do a lot
Only
of
ugly
things.
people.
that's longer math.
That's longer math.
Well, yeah,
You
but I'm
tell
willing
me
to.
the miles,
I'm
and
willing
then you
to
go,
do-
well, that'll take me about.
I'm
Just-
willing to do longer math because when someone's like, that shit's 16 hours, and I'm like, well,
But
are you
here's
stopping?
what they're telling you.
Do
They're
you jerk off while you
no,
drive?
Radu, they're giving you context in that if I tell you something's 100 miles from here, that is drastically different if it's 100 miles up 45 or if it's 100 miles down to Channel View.
That's
Ugh.
true.
It's back
Yeah.
roads and
Well,
street
there's-
lights, and it's going to take you 2 hours to get there.
Yeah,
It tells you
there's
way
trade-offs.
more.
There's trade-offs both ways because there's other times where you could be like, oh, look, it takes 4 hours. You're like, well, is that 4 hours driving the speed limit? Because me and you can go 10 above, but Trey over here.
Right.
So it's-
Totally true. It's
Very
4.5
true,
hours.
very
But
true,
then
very
that's just
and he's got to
that's
stop for the stopping of the cop and everything.
Right,
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
gonna
take in
add
the
20 minutes.
the traffic
Yeah.
stop and the beating.
Sure, sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've
it's a
seen
lot
the
of-
news.
No, we're saying you are the news.
Yeah, okay.
This is
Yeah.
our example. Yeah, I guess that's valid. You don't, but there is something to be said for the standardization of the tens. Like it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way the metric system does really make a lot of sense.
I blame
I'm not
Chernobyl.
saying it's not good. I'm just saying the names for the shit is kind of like it. No, it's like
What would you call them
I mean,
if you had to name a space, an
That's
amount?
four- that's about 4
length.
trays from here.
That's about.
It's going to take you about 5.5 trays.
I don't have a solution.
Instead of telling you centimeter, which means 1/100th of a meter, which is literally right in the name.
interesting
Millimeter meaning
yeah.
1,000th of a. It's
Yeah, it's
right
actually
in
the opposite of condescending. It gives you all the information.
I just don't like.
It's 100%. It's
Oh,
like
I
it's
know
like
why
if it's like if your name was kind of confused cross-eyed black dude. It's like right there,
I
just
get
up
it.
front. You know what you're getting.
I get it. I just don't like it. Like like y'all are breaking it down. I'm like, bro, I get why it's
No,
accurate and everything.
I think I figured out why
I
he thinks it's
hate
condescending because
the
there's the
names.
Latin component. What you just said, centimeter. You got to know the Latin
Right.
century, whatever,
Century.
and you're like, man, that's 2 languages for one number. Fuck you.
Do you dislike us because we're being
y'all
condescending
too
right now?
extra.
Are you-
Okay, that's what y'all normally do.
I
So-
like to be condescending. Yeah.
yeah, that's Radu's favorite
But
shit.
that's my white invisibility cloak. You know what I mean?
Do you think in when you do temperature, is it Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Oh, Jesus.
It's Fahrenheit.
Okay, you know.
Who gives a fuck about
I
Celsius?
kind of, I don't, I think sort of in both. I just know like 100 degrees and 40 Celsius is about the same.
Right, like comfortable is 18 degrees.
Yeah.
That's like
18
69.
to 20. Yeah.
All right. I don't. Yeah, I don't translate. I spend a lot of time over it, so my brain
Yeah,
thinks
you're
in
in the shit.
Celsius a lot. Anyway, Trey's confused.
No,
us.
and I got that part. My whole thing just, bro, tell me what I need to wear. Like, I don't give a fuck about the numbers. Is it hot?
Well, see,
Yeah.
it's different because
Yeah.
some people's hot.
I get
No,
it.
that's actually a good idea. How cold is it outside? Man, it's 3 jackets.
Exactly.
Yeah, but 3 jackets for you or 3
Nah,
jackets for me.
It ain't
true,
gotta be
that's
that.
true.
Just be like, hey, bro, layer up. Like
I
that,
like
that's all.
it cold.
You're gonna have to layer up because it's 2.5 trays until we get there.
That's-
You can wear shorts. It's fine. That's all I need to know. What I need to wear.
Do you want to be a leader one day politically?
It's hilarious. I used to want to. That was what I first was in school for.
Well, because you have that public. It's like you're either gonna be a minister or some sort of
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to at first, but my first goal was, my dad was like, it was suicidal. I wanted to be the mayor
Yeah,
of
you gotta-
Pasadena. And he was just
The
like,
mayor of
he was like,
Pasadena?
"They're not letting
you don't
black
shit
people
on
do
anybody's
that."
vision board, Rob.
Yeah, at first, I was like, I'll represent round here. I know it.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, they will hang you. Don't.
Trey, you're gonna have to consider what mural you want.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
They're gonna be
He was
painting.
like, so what picture you want for the T-shirt? Like, what? You want
Right.
an airbrush?
Airbrush,
You want-
airbrush for
It
sure.
will be airbrushed, and your lazy eye will be extra
Extra
exposed.
lazy, yeah.
You know, I was in a mall in Pasadena, the one mall
Show
that
off.
town
Yeah,
that
Town
Mall. They had a store that they sold.
Airbrush? Yeah, I
They sold
remember that
only
store.
sold airbrushed fucking
Yes.
murder shirts.
Yeah.
That was
That was it.
that's
It's like,
Mexican couple's favorite spot.
Yeah.
Dude,
They
it is,
can't
that is
wait.
yeah,
to
in,
get-
Ah.
in memory of Tawan. You know,
Yeah.
never forget.
Bro.
Imagine getting one of those on a
throwing
first
signs.
date with someone.
Oh, T-shirts and tailgates. Those are my
Yeah.
2 favorite things to see airbrushed with photos
Yeah.
of dead people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
I was like, that's a whole business
Yes.
of airbrushed murder shirts.
Just
Absolutely.
in
That is
loving memory of
I
it.
want to see a business plan. How do you get the fucking loan for that?
I believe you start that business with cash, Rob.
Yeah, I guess so.
Airbrush shirts are where like Hispanic culture and like redneck white culture really meet together.
It
and
really, it
see
really is. Except,
eye to eye.
I believe that the Hispanic culture, Latinos tend to put more faces on their shirts, and white trash tends to put more like "who farted."
Yeah,
like
yeah,
there's
yeah.
th're
Phrases.
very catchphrase.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the
celebrations.
content is very different.
Yes.
Yeah. Phrases and faces.
But they still come together.
There's
It's-
still,
but there
there's
is
still
a oh, you like airbrush? I like airbrush. We should.
there's still shirts that are fun to wear when you drink during the day. You know, that's really what it is.
We should take a quick break. Do me a favor, find our Patreon. Trey and I were talking off air. We're gonna add some really cool stuff to that. I don't know what yet, but it will be some
we
non
gotta really.
gettable content. If that's not a word.
Non-gettable?
On our other channels.
Ghetto?
Rob, shut up. You do this.
Is it metric?
Yeah, that's how you don't get things and customary. We're that stuff's available. Join our Patreon. Drunk Dallas 323-510.
Shot.
Yes, 323-510-7468, and then all of the social media at Praise Whiskey. You're at Radu Bondar, correct?
Yes.
RADUBONDAR.
Spell it.
We're coming right back on the Whiskey Brothers podcast.
Murder shirt.
Murder shirt. It's so funny.
They had every one of them, like their samples were like
Went down to the mall.
Tavon.
Got mama
In loving
murder
memory.
shirt.
Never forget.
Tupac.
Yeah,
Still
Tupac.
alive. Where y'all want to go? Rob, we got to bring back Racehorse or Sex Act.
Okay.
People keep asking for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bring it back sometime.
Seriously, where are we going to take this?
Where are we going?
Let's wait,
love
did
Island.
you ever get to his thing he wanted to do?
We nailed it right after you
Yeah,
left.
when you left.
Well, fuck me.
You
I
had
know.
something?
No, you did.
I thought you had something attached to that. Oh, shit. Is there anything I've seen?
All right, you got 10 seconds to figure it out. Here we go. Welcome back to the Whiskey Brothers podcast. Slade, Trey, Rob, joined by Radu Bondar. I will say this. We got to, and I looked for it because I wanted to give credit to the guy. And I looked, I either dreamed this or it happened and I lost it. Because I checked all of our inboxes across all of, so somebody sent a message and was acknowledging all of the previous guests and the various incarnations of the podcast. And they said that Slade, Trey, and Rob is their hands-down favorite version.
Wow.
I know, which is a
that's
weird, and they
interesting.
referenced
Whoa.
they referenced all the way back to Owen and Big Ed and
Yeah.
even Johnny.
Wow.
and they said that despite all of that, this version happens to be their favorite, and it's
Well, all right.
yeah, it came at a good time when I thought we were at our worst and was going to end everything. So whoever that was, I want to say thank you. I don't recall what they said specifically. I checked Instagram, I checked Twitter, I checked our private accounts, the group account. I checked all of it. I checked the Google Voice, all of it.
I'd love to do a retro analysis to be like, it's the perfect compilation of volume, race, speed, tenacity, fact-knowing skills, fact-checking skills.
We have had we've had some embarrassing incarnations. We didn't know anything for a while about anything.
I want to go back to Trey running for mayor of Pasadena.
I'm in.
I think we should do that.
What would the campaign be, Rob? Would you be his campaign manager?
A pot plant in every house.
You have campaign managed before.
Yeah. Yeah, we could move it. We could move the needle.
You campaign managed for a Democratic candidate, correct?
Yes, I
in
did.
Texas, in fact.
Texas, and we got our ass kicked.
You campaign managed for who?
For a brief period, I was working on the campaign.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
I was the campaign manager for about 2 days. And then
absolutely,
I quit.
and the whole
I
thing
quit.
but it was imploding before that. It wasn't just him. The ship was full of holes.
By the way, the dude John Manlove, who was like,
who was the greatest name
so
ever.
I saw
worst
him,
name ever.
and I asked, I was 18 or 19, and I had asked him, well, how do I? How would I run to whatever? And he just looked at me and was like, well, you shouldn't. Like, he was like
you know what? You know what? Because game recognizes game. He knew. He knew.
Somebody hand me a bottle of whiskey, and Rob, you tell me how would you get Trey elected in Pasadena?
Well, first of all, it's easier now than years ago.
Thank you to that's R.J. Witcher. That's her.
Because now it's more ethnically diverse than when I was my stomping days back then.
In the 1890s.
It's highly more Mexican.
Yeah.
It's highly Latino now. It was the white trash capital when I was there, but those have they've moved on to other white trash places, like Channelview.
Yeah.
How would you get Trey elected in Channelview?
Oh, you could.
Oh, that ain't shit. That's easy. They got enough. They have enough black people over there.
Okay, pick
Well,
a place.
There's like
where
30 people live there.
But Pasadena's great.
They're missing the whole. I don't pick a place where there's no black people and
black
Rob go.
There's a black mayor. I got you. There's a black mayor in a predominantly white
Here's
area.
what you got to do. We got to Bobby Jindal him.
Bobby Jindal.
What the fuck is this?
He was the governor of Louisiana.
This dude is the governor of Louisiana. I need someone to look up his real name, or maybe I'll do it.
I got you.
Robert something?
No. Actually, I'd love to show you a
Nothing
picture
gets
of
by
him.
Trey.
Bobby Jindal is an Indian man.
Yeah, from India.
What kind of Indian we talking?
Well, his family was. He's not from India.
I think he was born here, but he
was born
If
here.
you look at him, you're like, that's an Indian.
What type
person.
we talking?
Payush
India.
Payush Jindal.
That's his real name.
Payush,
that.
Payush
Okay. No,
Jindal.
I didn't
Yeah.
know we was talking
So now,
magic
the
carpet Indian
so listen.
or
I'm not falling for
give
it.
me my
Yeah.
casino Indian.
No, I knew.
Yeah.
what
But
you
I
were-
got you.
I saw
didn't
the
know.
street. I saw the
I was
street.
okay. Well, nigga, follow me down here. Shit. Don't just leave me with my flashes on.
I took the Robert Frost path less chosen.
Okay.
I have to do.
So Pashu, whatever the fuck
Listen,
is
Trey,
that.
I'm not black. I have to choose my racism carefully.
No, you
okay?
don't. You look just ethnic enough where you could get by with a whole bunch of shit.
That's now that's the Chernobyl talking.
So Payush Jindal.
Payush Jindal.
Payush Jindal wouldn't even make the third ballot
Yeah.
as a state senator in Louisiana. But Bobby Jindal will show you a good time.
Bobby Jindal.
Bobby
Come
Jindal.
on now.
That's a smart move.
And he talks like a fucking Cajun too.
Yeah.
How you
Yeah.
doing? I'm Bobby Jindal, man. I'm an engine.
But he's straight.
He's straight.
Payush Jindal.
Yeah. Gee whiz.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. And he does. He talks like this.
I bet if he wasn't a politician, he could have done SNL because he can probably do any voice.
Anybody-
You know what I mean?
He just Cajun
Yeah.
happened to be the one he needed.
I don't want to pull a distinguished gentleman. You know what I mean? Where like
You just need to be a crazy Republican, and you got to pull it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
some twang in your
like
voice.
here's the thing: Trey Tutson, yes, that'll throw some voters off. But Charles Tutson III,
Yeah.
Right?
That would throw people. And you
I'm
know
just
what
saying,
it is?
And if your voice.
My whole campaign. I'm really mad that you know my name now. Just so you know, Shay told me she told you, or you found out somehow.
well, the whole world knows.
My
Trey.
whole campaign would just be drops from previous episodes. I don't believe in boats. I just fucking, that's all it would be. He'd be like,
I'm Charles.
But this is
Who
the
the
port.
fuck is
This
this
is the
guy?
port city.
yeah, oh yeah.
But here's the thing: if you put a little bit of twang in your voice, because some voters don't even turn on a TV, so don't even run TV ads. Just run straight radio. and get on there and tell those fuckers what you do, Trey. Because if you sound country enough,
I'm Charlie Tutson.
I'm Charlie Tutson the
Charlie
third.
Tutson the third.
I would end all tipping requirements.
Woo!
No more gratuity.
You're starting to sound real black
Bring
now.
the whole fucking family if you want, and stiff their asses if you. Hey, you ain't got it.
This has got to be like that moment when Roger Ailes created Trump. He's like, what are we doing? He's so powerful. No, the real problem with Trey is you're too electable,
yeah,
honestly.
too
You think
electable.
so?
I think you speak for a majority of Americans
No,
in
he-
not knowing things with confidence.
He's saying people like candidates with flaws. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm Charlie Tutson the third. If I can't get elected, I'll eat a bug.
Yeah, that's it. Run like a used car salesman. I'll stick
Oh,
my
yeah.
dick in a beehive to run this.
I will
county.
run the fuck out of this city.
Oh, and you actually have. You're like, I've worked in government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anytime anyone asks you any question about any issue, you like relate it back to
I've
mail.
worked
Yeah.
in
Oh,
somebody.
Be like, what do you think
And you
about
can save
global
a fortune in mail-outs because you just drop them off during your route.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Somebody
Don't
just said, Trey Tutson, vote for Trey. A letter in every mailbox. That's
Yeah.
Trey. You could deliver your own campaign
Yeah.
propaganda.
I would. Oh yeah, I would definitely do that. What is that? That's when.
What-
That's when somebody's against you, right?
No.
I got lost.
Trey's gonna
I do
militarize.
my own. Would you vote for a man that believes in being with multiple women? You know?
Yeah, about
think
that.
about
And
that.
his daddy's a pastor.
You could unite the black, racist, and,
And the-
Mormon vote
yeah.
all in
All in
one.
one.
Yeah.
And you get the hipster. What's the new polygamy called? Polyamory.
polyamory.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The new
Oh, yeah.
polygamy.
The new polygamy.
Yeah. I just don't know if I could pass all this shit in Pasadena. You know, maybe in Montrose, but I don't know. You
Have
think
faith in
Pasadena?
thyself.
No.
I would love
No,
to.
good
Look,
yeah.
Charlie
Right.
Tutson.
Oh,
Look at-
all of these, you could encourage all of these closeted redneck sons to come out of the closet and vote for you so they could have a regular Thanksgiving this year.
Oh yeah. You
Oh.
You challenge all the other candidates, like wrestling contests and stuff.
like, look here, man.
Just to make them say no.
Yeah.
You don't gotta suck dick at Bobby's house. Tell your dad you're working on that hot rod. You can just suck dick as you change the oil.
Simmer down, Dad, before you get mad. Tax cuts. Tax cuts. I mean, you could really do it all.
I could line into. I would lean into it, and I know Pasadena people. Like,
Yeah.
the biggest thing you'd have to do is just throw a fucking barbecue, and you get everybody to vote for you.
Man, that's a solution to a lot of stuff.
You throw.
Trey's campaign slogan be like, Charlie Tutson, no marching.
Yeah.
You don't have to move for me.
Charlie
Yeah.
Tutson the third.
I'll come to you.
I'll do the marching.
That's
That's
my
the
God.
slogan.
Yeah.
Charlie Tutson the third. I'll come to you. That's on a fucking poster. And
Like,
he
what
just,
does
just
that
sits
mean?
like this.
Like, what does
He's
he
just got
bring
like his
you?
hands like, I don't know. Yeah, that's your picture with the fucking Uncle Sam hat.
Here's the thing. You know what? In America, there's like 10 or 15 occurrences of like an 18-year-old boy getting elected a mayor in some
Yeah.
random ass city.
Oh, yes.
A cat, a rooster, whatever. Like
Yeah.
we could do this. You have reach with the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? We could.
How do I? All right. So
We
that
just
was-
pick a small.
This is the
town.
fucked up part. This is how I know the Pasadena was racist. Because when I was seriously asking this at like 20 or however old, nobody would give me answers. Like they
Yeah.
was I was
Just
like,
go,
well,
oh, no.
you know, like how do you basically how do you get started? It was like, you figure it out.
No,
Like,
go
this
to
is what-
college and find another love.
They was just naming a bunch of shit. Yeah, don't you like basketball? Like they was just kept, don't you?
Yeah,
ain't
they don't
you
even.
into
They don't
something
even
else?
want you to vote.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to vote?
Oh yeah, last
Oh,
year
let me
or
look
a
it
couple
up.
years ago we were voted. That happened. I walked into this
Yeah.
white area.
Mhm.
People, what the fuck y'all doing here? Like it was it's just two black people walked in. Fuck y'all doing here? You know?
Damn.
Yeah.
I would love to do this though, just because I know it would piss off so many white Pasadena's.
I mean, especially because you can work clean.
That's
That's really all you
I know.
need to do.
I know.
Oh,
you-
just be
I know
funny
you
the
can
whole
work
time,
clean,
yeah.
but how viral his appearances on any local news network, every one of them would go viral.
Yeah,
Every one of them.
I'm not wearing a suit.
No, you're not
I
wearing
got
a
on snapbacks. and
No, hang
Jordans.
on. You're
I'm
gonna You're gonna have to.
You gonna make me dress it
I'm
up?
not gonna make you do anything.
Uncle Tom?
I'm going to suggest.
I don't want an Uncle Tom it. I don't
No.
want to do that.
I'm going to suggest that you Trojan horse it. Is what I'm saying.
Ah.
Trojan
You're gonna put a
horse.
lot of black in
Ah.
your pockets.
That's a fake Uncle Tom.
Yeah, it's Uncle
got it.
Tom's horse.
I got it. Uncle Tom's horse.
Yeah. So, but I think you could.
Okay.
I think you could do
We're
it.
gonna get you a bunch
Is
of
it
murder
too-
shirts.
A suit will
that have
get
your
you on
camp-
TV. TV will let you say whatever you want.
Is this too late? I want to do this.
I don't know.
No,
I want to
is
do this
perfect.
for real, for real.
This is perfect. We could ride on anti-Trump fervor.
I wanna
Right?
do that. Why
There's-
we don't ride on that?
Oh, are you trying to?
Or
wanna-
lean into it.
You
Let's
wanna lean into it.
Not hard, but just some of the shit. Be like, hey, y'all, walls are necessary. And just,
That's funny.
we got
You know-
Berlin,
No,
Wall
not
E.
a-
I'm
That was a
telling
great movie.
Wall-E.
You should be a That's so funny.
The Wolf on Wall Street.
the Waltons. The
Yeah, we got a lot of wall shit.
You'd be like, everyone in my house has walls. I love
I
walls.
love wall.
and for the farmers, here a wall, there a wall, everywhere a wall.
Women-
I've got
Hey,
something for
women,
everybody.
I love y'all walls. I'm for walls.
Vaginal walls. I like all the
I
walls.
listen to Paul Wall.
That's
Trey, Mr.
If I'm elected mayor, I will go balls to the walls. Just for you guys.
Who's my favorite max contract player in the NBA? John Wall.
Wall? Yeah.
This has got to stop.
Yeah, we got it. That's enough.
Candidate Tutson, what are your views on transgender bathrooms?
Change the bathrooms. Hey.
long as there's a wall.
I don't want to see it.
Hey, piss wherever. It's all going in the same creek.
Charlie Tutson the third say drain the creek. That's the
You should run as a conservative Democrat. That's the way we're going to do this.
That's the plan.
yes, 100%.
You run as a racist liberal.
Yeah, you got the D, but we're going with the D.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you, it's the same thing I told when Brad Jordan, Scarface, was running for city council. I told him, I go, you got to lean into, you go, putting the D back in district D, or whatever it
Yeah.
was, putting the D back in district, whatever.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't lean into it.
He got close though, right?
He did.
He made it through. It was a runoff,
Yeah.
and he lost. Yeah, I was pulling for it.
Yeah.
I
Both
think
there were two members of Scarface running. They both lost.
two members of the Ghetto Boys.
The Ghetto Boys.
Boys.
You're
Okay.
very white.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both lost. I think we could pull this off, Trey.
I would love to do this, man. If I got 80 votes, I'd be cool.
Bro, if you got a vote,
And you know what?
Yeah.
All they got to do is go back and listen to the podcast. You drop the N-word enough to get every racist in Pasadena to vote for you.
Matter of fact,
Oh.
and we could play the episode where the Proud Boys was like
endorsed you.
like
Yeah.
trying to endorse me. Like, yeah, we love this motherfucker. Blah, blah, blah. We can play that shit.
The more serious I'm getting about this,
Yeah.
we don't lean into the craziness. We call you the Great Uniter. We're like, yo, everybody fucks with Trey.
every-
Black people, racists, Asians.
Bro,
The
everybody.
Great Uniter.
Yeah.
The Great Uniter.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do this for real.
Charlie Tutson Jr.
I don't know how
or the
you pull
third,
this
whatever.
off.
Will
My dad.
will you two co-manage the campaign?
Are
Right,
you
this too
serious?
big.
You neither one. They're both busy.
I've actually, I volunteered for
Oh,
two
yeah.
Democratic campaigns.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's do it. What do we do?
Well, first we need to figure out where you're running.
Pasadena.
The mayor of Pasadena.
I don't know if the mayor of Pasadena is a position that's up. This
also,
year.
also, don't you have to live in Pasadena?
My address still says
Okay.
I'm also not sure Pasadena has a mayor.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
It
They
was,
do.
Johnny Isabel, John Miller. There's been a few guys.
He's researching
John
the competition.
Mellencamp.
Yeah, I was looking into
John
it. I
Mayer.
could beat these dudes.
John
Here's
Mayer.
what I'm thinking. It doesn't necessarily have to be Pasadena. We should just figure out where if there's anywhere
Where there's a need.
anywhere.
if there's anywhere within like a 60-mile radius of Houston that there's somewhere we could viably put you in.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm willing to. I know 2 Clinton donors. Legit big
Yeah.
money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want this dude.
We're
He's
gonna
got
drink
great.
stem cells,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get money. Dude. And you're gonna learn Epstein's secrets, and you're gonna fucking shut up about it.
Shit.
You're gonna have to go to an island.
That's fine. I go to a new island. I'm like, hey, I ain't here to fuck nobody. I'm here for the coconuts.
Yeah, and they're like, no,
Oh,
that's
Coke-
not why
Coke-
we brought
Not
you.
how this works.
This is
And
take
some,
your
and
pants
some guy
off.
in the back is like, "Oh, Coke, nuts. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
yeah, that's fine. Hold on, that's another box."
Yeah. In the
Yeah.
meantime, Trey, get naked. There's some Republican senators who want to have their way with you.
That'd be like what though?
Well, just go back to sleep. Nothing bad will happen to you. We're gonna put this together, Radu. You're gonna stick around for Friday's episode, I believe.
Yeah.
I am in Fort Worth this week. That is vital to mention. I know we got a lot of DFW fans. I am at Hyenas Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think you can probably sneak in on Thursday under the radar, but Friday, Saturday, you're definitely going to need a ticket. It's going to sell out.
I'm in Omaha, Nebraska.
And Rob is in Omaha.
Wow.
Comic Con.
Wow.
So do
Yeah.
that. vote for Trey Tutson when the opportunity.
Charlie Tutson the
Charlie
third.
Tutson
That's
the
what we're
third.
gonna go with. Yeah,
Charlie
we're gonna go
Tutson
with
the third.
Charlie Tutson
Charlie
the third.
Tutson the
We're
third.
gonna go with
You're
that.
kind of colored folk. It's
Yeah.
I think you have so many choices.
Yeah, I could do this. My grandfather was one of
I'll
the
come
first
to you.
30 students integrated into McNeese State.
Hey.
So yeah, I mean, I do that. I'm gonna do this for real,
Well,
for real.
we're not done with this
But
concept.
I want vulnerable white women if this is possible. That's my main target for voters.
If you want to
Vulnerable
keep
white
up,
women.
Just a bunch of battered blondes.
follow us on all things social, and we will keep you apprised of Trey's candidacy. More with us and Radu Bandar on Friday. We'll see you guys soon.
Whoa.
The last lady I worked for, Laura Mosier. Yeah. She what did she run? District 5 something. Okay. She got a bunch of national attention. Alyssa Milano came out and stumped for her and all kinds of different shit because the DNC released what's it called? Opposition research on her, and she was a Democratic candidate.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Was she winning the primary?
Yeah.
So they released.
She was running against Culberson, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, oh no. She went.
Lizzie Fletcher eventually won her, or beat her in the primary.
Oh, Rob, Jenny wants to know if you liked her serenade, your Billy Joel serenade at the secret group the other night.
Who?
Jenny.
Oh yeah, that was lovely.
He said it was lovely, Jenny. If you're still on.
Uptown Girl, I believe it was.
You got serenaded? Nobody serenades me for shit. Bobby Jindal.
Well,